All right, welcome everybody. This is our session about how to hire a virtual assistant. And today we have a lot of special guests today because we're going to actually share with you guys like what virtual assistants are available through our organization. And so today I'm going to start with the difference between a virtual assistant and a virtual leader. Okay, so I'm going to share with you that, and I'll share with you my journey. Um, and why I did all this, right? So who I am is I'm Kirby Chan. I am a real estate agent here in Richmond Hill, Canada. And I started this organization called the Power of 1000 Leaders about 5 years ago. You know, when COVID started, and do you remember that crazy time where and everything shut down and we had to stay at home? And I had a virtual assistant at that time, and only one back then. And she said to me, "Wow, Kirby, you know what? I'm so thankful for this job." And however, in the Philippines right now, there's so many people, so many talented people that don't have any work to do. They're all stuck at home, right? And they need to feed their families. And I said, well, why don't we help them find more jobs? Because, you know, in Canada and US, the real estate market's booming. Even though we're all shut down, we're having the best real estate market ever here. Everyone has nothing to do. They're only out shopping for homes. I don't know if you guys remember that time for us agents here. And so that's what I did. I started to connect agents with virtual assistants, matching them up. And then while I was doing that, I discovered that there's something more than just virtual assistants, right? There is something called a virtual leader, right? And that's what my virtual assistant started to turn into while I worked with her more. She became a leader, right? The more I trained her, the more she worked with me, the more she took over my business, more of my business. And then, you know, the more I did that, the more she started to even improve my business. So researching things, working on projects, right? Learning new systems to, you know, up to today now, I have a virtual leader that works on this system called Go High Level. It's a CRM, and I've never touched it, right? And that's the beauty of this growing like this with leaders, is that you can have, you know, people on your team that, you know, work on projects that you don't even know how to use. So some of the things I don't know how to use anymore is my CRM. I don't know how to use my CRM anymore. I don't know how to use Skyslope anymore. I actually am so on Realm. Okay. Especially adding a new listing in and all that. So I'm still kind of stuck in my Stratus ways. Okay. If some of the Toronto agents here, you guys know what I mean. Okay. So that's what I like though, right? I like giving opportunity to others where they can lead different aspects of my business. And that's what today is all about. Okay. So let me share my screen. Zoom in a little bit here. You guys cannot see my screen, right? How about now? Good. Okay. All right. So today we're going to talk about how to hire a virtual assistant. So some of you here have hired virtual assistants before, but is there anybody here that has never hired a virtual assistant before? This is your first time. So raise your hand. Just put your press the reactions button and raise your hand if you've never hired a virtual assistant before. So I see Peter. I got you. Never hired before. Linda, you never hired before? Okay. Virtual assistant, but I know you hire real assistants before, right? Okay, got it. So thank you for that. And then, so today I'm going to be showing you, Linda, how to hire a virtual assistant from scratch. Okay. And then I'm going to also teach you an easy way, okay, to hire a virtual assistant. Okay, so first off, we have this class today, virtual assistant, and then my last one coming up is going to be December 18th. And some of you have already done this class, but it is how to create your own VIP membership card. Okay, how to create your own VIP membership club. So this is the secret of real estate, right? This is what I use to build a big database. And this is the one I use to teach a lot of agents how to build a big business. And this is maybe another opportunity for us virtual leaders to learn about this VIP membership card so that we can support more clients in using it. Okay, so today, if you're going to miss any part of today, it will be recorded and it will be posted on our Discord channel. Okay, so Dane, can you put it on our chat here? Our Discord channel. Okay, you can scan it with your phone right now, or you can go with the link in the chat and you'll join our Discord channel. So our Discord channel is very valuable. It has all our tips and tricks in there. It has videos from me. It has also all our past recordings of all of our training. Okay. Especially yesterday. If you missed our yesterday's class, it was about AI, right? And how to use VAs to utilize AI. Okay. So the secret with AI these days is that if you don't know how to use AI, you're behind right now. But you can quickly, okay, catch up by hiring a virtual assistant that knows how to use AI. Okay, and that's one of the key things that we are proud of at the Power 1000 Leaders is that we know how to use AI so that if you're behind on learning about AI and you're like, oh, I'm missing it in my business, then definitely utilize a virtual assistant for that. All right. So I don't know. I think you all know who I am. If you don't, take a screenshot of that, right? And we could talk more about it. But I think one of the big things I do right now is this one, which is the Power 1000 Leaders. And the second one is building our team forward at EXP right now in Richmond Hill. And we're expanding that to all over North America right now. Okay. So here's the benefits of hiring a virtual assistant, right? You get four things. Increased productivity. Okay, why do I say increased productivity is because some of the agents want to do it all, right? They work 8 or 9 hours a day and they want to do it all. They want to do the $8 an hour task. They want to do the $10 an hour task. They want to do the $12 an hour task. But really, real estate agents should be doing the $100 per an hour task. And what's the $100 per an hour task, guys? What is the most important things that real estate agents do? Put it in the chat. Take a guess. What are some of the things that real estate agents do? Even the virtual leaders. Take a guess. What are the high dollar productivity tasks that agents do? There's no wrong answer. Rick Rose, listing presentation. I would say yes. That's the highest, right? Listing presentation. Right? Setting a listing would be high productivity. Getting clients, right, Linda? Right? That's something an assistant can't do for you, right? What about browsing Facebook? What do you think about that? High dollar productivity or low? Social media, yeah. Okay. What about watching YouTube videos? Right? So those are low. I'm just joking with you guys, okay? Those are low. But those other things that Peter and Julia says, Rick Rose, lead generation, listing presentation, those are all high. So what you can do is to increase productivity is you have all your those low dollar per an hour activities that you don't do. So you can do more of the high dollar an hour activities. Okay, so cost effectiveness. I put cost effectiveness here is because when you hire a local, let's say, assistant, right? They're about, I would say, $20 an hour now. Would that be safe? What is the range that you guys are getting right now? Put in the chat. What's the range that you see people are asking now to be an assistant in real estate? About $28, yeah. I had one 70,000 a year before, right? So 28, 30, around there. Okay, so it's very cost effective what we're looking at here. $20 per an hour, right? And then you have flexibility and scalability. And why I say that is because let's say you have someone in and they're working 4 hours a day, right? You can have someone in working 8 hours a day. Or you can have somebody that's working flex schedule, meaning they can take over what you're working on after you get off work. So they'll work after you finish work, okay? If you need after-hour support. Or if you have something that needs to be done the next day, that can be flex hours. So you give them the project, they do it, and tomorrow at 4 o'clock, guess what? It's ready in your inbox, right? So there's lots of flexibility there. And then you can also do short-term tasks. For example, you can have, let's say you've always wanted to improve your website, right? You always wanted a blog, or you always wanted neighborhood pages, right? Then you call a virtual assistant or a virtual leader to work on that short-term task, right? So a little bit of projects that you wanted to always do, and you never got around to it. So you always have something there. As real estate agents, we always have something, okay, that's incomplete. There's a study that shows that there's only, I think, 4% of business owners that actually complete their daily task. There's like 96% of like business owners that don't finish their daily task every day. So that's another big point of, having someone else maybe working 8 hours a day on the things that you never finish. So I'll share with you the secret to my success is that I have 3 full-time virtual leaders working with me, and they're all working 8 hours, 6 hours, and 6 hours with me, right? So if you add that all together, that's 20 hours. I've gotten back 20 hours in my day every single day. So when someone says, wow, Kirby, how do you do all that? How do you run 5 companies, right? Well, I have these 3 amazing people that give me back 20 hours every day, right? I don't even have 20 hours a day, okay? Because I need to sleep too. Now, we're going to go and level up now. I know hiring virtual assistants is amazing. And what I talked to you guys is amazing, right? But imagine if that virtual assistant turns into a virtual leader, right? The more you work with a virtual assistant, they turn into a virtual leader and they start to have a strategic role in your business. So not just an assistant, you're having somebody that's a partner with you. And here's the good thing about this. This partner, you don't have to give equity to them, right? Most partners, you have to give what, 30%, 50-50 with them, right? With this one, you're going to grow them into a virtual leader where they're your partner. They do the project management so they can lead other virtual assistants. So you don't have to. You always just have to talk to one person, right? You never ever should talk to 5 virtual assistants, okay, unless they have 5 different departments, okay? Then they also do the problem solving. So this is what I don't like is an assistant that comes to you with problems, and then you have to solve that problem. Imagine if an assistant came up to you with a problem and gave you 3 solutions and said, hey, here's 3 solutions. Can you pick one? All right. So they have problem solving skills when they become a virtual leader. And then the fourth one is long-term growth, that person stays with you many years. It is a hassle. It is a hassle to someone leaving, and then you start the rehiring process again and then retraining them. So we have Andrea on my team, and she's been with me for 4 years. Okay. Let's see. So Andrea's been with me for 4 years. Emily's been with me, I think, for 3 years. So I want longevity. Okay. Is there any questions right now between the difference between virtual assistant and virtual leader? No? Okay. So you guys could take a screenshot of this. This will give you the difference between a virtual assistant, which is delegating, and then accountability, what a virtual leader is, okay? So take a screenshot of this. And this is used with the virtual leaders that's on this call and used by our clients. So we're all on the same page. Okay. Let me answer some of the basic questions that we always get with virtual assistants, okay? So what should I delegate to my virtual assistant? Okay, I'm going to share that in the next slide. I actually have a free document for you. So stay until the next slide, you get that free document, okay? And then what's the best tools for tracking hours with my virtual assistant? So what we use at the Power 1000 Leaders is something called Time Doctor. And when they start working with you, they'll start their shift. They'll press start on Time Doctor. It will track now their work with you. Okay. The time doctor will take screenshots of the virtual leader's work, and then you also get to know how many hours they're working for you. Okay. If there's any breaks or any downtime, like emergencies, time doctor will track that. Okay. Julius, is there anything to add about time doctor?
Yeah, we are also using Time Doctor in order for us to get the assurance that our virtual leaders are doing their task accordingly. And for all of our clients, they can also request a screenshot of the virtual leaders monitor for them to be able to check if the work that is being done is what they redirected to the virtual leader. So there's a lot of assurance for our clients. And
Thank you. Thank you, Julius. So Julius is one of our team leaders at the Power 1000 Leaders. And so he'll be joining us with some answers today, okay, with some questions, okay? And then I think our director of operations is also here. Is Mimi here too?
she's joining in a bit,
Okay.
Kirby.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so the third one is how do I know if my virtual assistant is working? So Julius, thank you for answering that already. How can I find the right virtual assistant for my business? So there's two ways to find a virtual assistant. One is the easy way, which you guys can guess. It's called Julius, okay? Call me and Julius, the two leaders here. They can find you a talented person. So if you look at the screen here, you see a lot of people with the Power 1000 Leaders logo, the red logo there. So those are our virtual, this is a portion of our virtual assistants here, and they'll find one for you. Now, the hard way to find one is to find one yourself. The way to find one yourself would be exactly how Julius finds them, okay? Except that you don't have the access. You're not in the Philippines. Julius is in Philippines. He gets better access to the people there, the workforce. But if you were to do it, you would go through something like Facebook. You go through the Facebook groups, right? You'll try to hunt for one there, and then most of the time, a lot of my friends will find one there and hire the first or second one they meet. That is the biggest mistake, guys. You should go and look for at least 100 resumes. That's what Julius does. That's his job over there. At least look for 100 resumes, find the best one there, right? Get the voice notes, see how they speak. Are they able to communicate in English? And you're going to see later when I interview these guys here, they're very good in English. I know they're thinking now, I'm so worried now. Right, guys? Okay, don't be worried. They're good in English. They have internet connection, great internet connection. They have backup internet, backup power supply, right? Backup laptops. Like these are some of the things we look for. But most importantly, though, what Julius checks for is who are they, right? He does a background check with who they are. So we make sure they are somebody that's trustworthy, somebody that has integrity, somebody that has a foundation to be a leader. And then we bring them onto the company. So if you don't have Julius, that's everything that you have to do, okay, when you hire a virtual assistant. Okay, so there's a pro and con with that. And the pro with, let's say, finding your own, and if you guys are really, really concerned about money, is that you would hire directly from Facebook to a virtual assistant, you'll get a lower price, right? I'm not hiding anything. There's a lot of virtual assistants here that would agree with me. You'll get a lower price, right? But what you also don't get is everything else. No, there's no monitoring, there's no training behind that scenes, right? And eventually, though, is that virtual assistant will leave you. Okay, try hiring a virtual assistant at $2 an hour. Try hiring someone at $3 an hour. And then ask any one of those guys over there in the screen here, will they leave if someone offers them 8? Will they leave if someone offers them 5 if they're making 3? Right? That's why the turnover is so high. You try to hire somebody and you're paying them very little, right? With no room for raises, they're gonna leave. And that's something I suggest all of our clients and that I have at Power 1000 Leaders is that you should bonus your virtual assistants. You should give them raises, okay, so that they don't leave, right? And that they want to you know, dedicate their life to your company. Okay. I know I'm going a little extreme there, but why not? Why can't that happen? Okay. I have a friend of mine who hired a virtual assistant, and they love him so much, and he was such a big part of the company. They actually sponsored him over here to Canada. So he lives here in Toronto now, the virtual assistant. Okay. And if you ever any one of you guys are interested in something like that, I'll definitely get you in touch with that guy and see how he did it. Okay. His name is, do you remember his name, Julius? I'll get his name.
No.
I'll get, don't worry. Okay, so then what if, let's say, what if, okay, what if your virtual assistant leaves though? Okay. Well, if your virtual assistant leaves and you hire them directly, you have to go through the whole process again. You have to get 100 resumes, go through interviews, right? At least 5 or 6 interviews, right? Do an assessment, all right? Then you hire that virtual assistant and then you retrain them, okay? At the Power 1000 Leaders, if your virtual assistant leaves, well, you talk to Julius and he'll find you 3 more to interview, to hire, okay? So we accelerate the process so you don't have to go through that resume stage. All right, and the vetting stage. And then the requirements before hiring, I think it is the expectations. And so you guys sign before you hire a virtual assistant, you sign a contract, right? That states how much you're paying, how much hours you're working for, but also state the expectations. So what are the expectations for each of you? So don't just forget about the assistant's expectations because you both have expectations, okay? So what's the expectation of the job? And I'm going to go to the next point, which is you have to hire somebody pertaining to the goal you want to achieve. So be very clear. And I think this is where a lot of agents make a mistake is that you don't make a job description and you don't make a 30, 60, 90-day plan for the virtual assistant to follow. So you actually don't know if the virtual assistant is doing a good job or not, right? You don't know. So if you have the goal that you want, let's say a 3-month goal, and then you have a 30, 60, 90-day checkpoints. And this is very easy to do now with ChatGPT. You can go ChatGPT, tell the AI what you want to happen with your virtual assistant, and then say, create a 30, 60, 90-day plan for me. Okay. And it will create that for you. And you give that to the virtual assistant and you say, hey, this is the plan I want you to follow. And this is the ChatGPT I want us to work together. So someone here, like, let's say Kyle, right? Kyle, me and you have done that. We made a ChatGPT plan together. And then when Kyle finishes his day, he puts out what he did into that ChatGPT plan. So then ChatGPT knows what he's doing and ChatGPT knows what I want, right? And so that AI now knows how we're doing. So I can anytime go to that ChatGPT and say, hey, how are we doing with our project here? Right? If it's to create 10,000 Instagram followers with a virtual assistant, I can say to ChatGPT, hey, I have 500 right now. I want to get to 10,000. I'm working with a virtual assistant. Tell us how we can get to 10,000 together. So ChatGPT will analyze it, give you all the actions. Then you go to Julius and says, hey, I want 10,000 Instagram followers. I need a virtual assistant that can do this. This is what my AI said. Do you have somebody that can do all this, which my AI said to do? Julius says, yes, I know Clark over here. So you onboard Clark. Clark, can you do all this? Clark says, no problem. I design websites. I design lots of social media stuff. I design videos too, right, Clark? Yeah, see, he's shaking his head. So Clark can get you to 10,000. Now, every day Clark does something, he'll put it in ChatGPT and says, this is what I did today. And every day you can ask ChatGPT, hey, is Clark moving along? Are we getting to that 10,000 followers on Instagram? Okay. So I hope I didn't go too fast there, but that's the kind of process that you can use AI and VA, match it together and achieve something. Okay. I will, Samuel, go to the Discord and the recording will be there. End of day today. Okay. So that's why I say always hire for the goal you want to achieve. Okay. Let's say your goal is to never do paperwork again, right? Transaction coordinating, never do paperwork again. Well, then you go to ChatGPT, you write all that out, you have a job description now, you send it over to Julius, and Julius will introduce you to Andrea, for example. So Andrea here knows how to use SkySlope, knows how to use web forms, okay? And so she'll be the one that will execute that game, right? And you will never do paperwork again, okay? What if you wanted to write blogs? You have this website, you want to write blogs, you want 100 blogs next year about your neighborhood. You put that in ChatGPT, it'll have a job description. Again, send it to Julius, and he'll introduce you to who writes blogs here? Okay, Chloe then. Okay. Right. He'll introduce you to Chloe, right? She'll write you a blog. All right. Okay. Is there any questions about how to hire now? How to hire a virtual assistant using ChatGPT? Any ahas here? Okay, write it in the chat, okay? Okay, so last thing I want to share with you guys, I have 2 minutes left. Last thing I want to share with you guys is there's two different types of virtual leaders, okay, that you can grow. I always say, like in the beginning, you can hire one person to do all of your virtual assistant tasks, okay? However, if you want to get to a point where you want the best of both worlds, is that you look at who's operational virtual leader and who's a creative virtual leader. Okay, if you're a virtual leader here on the call, I want you guys to think, are you a operational virtual leader or creative? So I'll tell you the difference here. Operation is people that love to do paperwork, okay? Data entry. They love scheduling, emails. They're very, very accurate, okay? They're very technical. So engineers are operational. Teachers are operational. They follow a system, right? Accountants, they're operational. So these people are mostly more quiet. You tell these guys to do a code call, and they're like, I rather jump in a pool of acid. Okay, they don't like to do cold calling. This side, okay, very shy. They want to do their work. Creative are more like outgoing. Okay, they're more talkative. These guys, maybe they're named Kyle. Okay, they're very creative. Okay, and they do stuff like video editing. They do graphic design, right? They want to speak out in public. Okay. So there's two types. So if you get the wrong type to do the wrong thing, though, you know what happens is that if you get an operational virtual leader to do let's say a graphic design, it's not like they can't do it. They can do it, but it'll look kind of dry, you know? Okay. It's like just plain. And then if you get a creative to do your operationals work, like I'm not saying you can't do it, they'll do it, but guess what? There's going to be a lot of mistakes in your paperwork, right? Potentially, I'm just saying, right? Because this type of personality usually go really fast. Okay. They want to finish all the paperwork really fast, but guess what? They miss a couple of things on there. Okay. So can you guys guess which one I am, an operations or a creative? What do you think? Put it in the chat. What do you think I am? Even the virtual leaders. What do you think I am? A creative or operational? Let's see your guess. Linda says creative. Okay. How about you guys? How about Marvin? Go, Marvin. Right in the chat. Janice, right in the chat. Marion, come on. Let's see some guesses from you guys. Oh, Julius is operational. Come on, Marvin. I'm waiting for you. I'm not going to go on until you do it. Marion, Janice, put in the chat. What do you think? Operation or creative? What do you think I am? Yeah, you know what? If I'm operations, yeah, this thing is going to be hard for me, right? Speaking to you guys. So yes, you're right. I'm creative. Okay. And when I do paperwork, when I do data entry, right? I make some mistakes there. So I have to actually read my offers 3 times. When I receive an offer from an agent, I have to read it 3 times. One time, I'm going to share with you guys, I made a $10,000 mistake. I had an offer. It was the highest offer, but I misread it, and he did not win the offer. And I screwed up. Okay. My client accepted another offer, 10,000 less. Okay. Because why? I'm a creative. Okay. And so that's not what anybody wants. Okay. I made up that mistake. I actually give the $10,000 to my client. Okay. Because of that mistake. All right. All right. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I'm going to give it over to the team here. So I want to introduce some of the people here on the call. So Julius, why don't you introduce your team first, right? And then after that, I'm going to introduce. You know what? I'll go first. Why don't I do that? I'll go first because I'll be quick.
Okay.
I got a couple of team members here that I want to introduce to you guys. We have Emmeline here. Emmeline Joy, where are you? Emmeline Joy's over there with her hands like this. Okay. So Emmeline Joy is my social media manager here. So she manages my social media, my communications. Okay. So all my Facebook messages. She does all my happy birthdays. So you guys don't feel, okay. Don't feel like you're not special because I'm not the one that said happy birthday to you. Emmeline's the one that does the happy birthday messages to me, but I'll reply to you if you reply to me. Okay. But she sends the happy birthday out. All right. Emmeline, what else do you do? I handle all my classes, right? The scheduling, all the calendar invites you guys get. Emmeline sends out. Emmeline, do you want to add anything? Anything else do you do?
Yeah, so by the way, I'm Kirby's virtual operations specialist. So I manage Kirby's events, different events, may it be big or small. So I am I am the one who communicate with the other realtors or EXP agents to get into his events. And other than that, I set up his events so that Kirby, the only thing that Kirby to do is on the day of the event. So everything is ready, including the attendees, links, invites, reminders, and yeah. So I'll handle everything on before and post events, and then yeah, I do messages, home anniversaries, greetings, and also taggings of different people coming from our database. So yeah,
Yeah. So
that's I think that's it.
so you use our Lofty database and you also use send out cards. So you send the cards.
Yeah, send out cards, MailChimp for email campaigns.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then graphics for Canva.
Awesome. Thank you, Emmeline. So Emmeline's available. Emmeline works on our team, and so but she's available for special projects. So that's somebody you guys could, if you're interested in using her specialties, talk to Julius. But she is for special projects. Okay. Next we have Andrea. Andrea's right now working as our transaction coordinator on our team, and Andrea uses Skyslope right now, Lofty, send out cards, right? So Andrea does all the communication for Lofty, which is inbound, all the inbound leads. She'll message them, and she also gets all the feedback from every showing that we get. And she uses open phone to text every agent that shows our properties, and then also text them my classes to join my classes like this. Like Andrea, is there anything else I miss?
Hello, everyone. I think that's it. Just from listing, transaction, and showing feedback for clients. That's what I basically do for you.
Awesome. So that doesn't sound like a lot, but it is a lot, Andrea. Okay. So Andrea, with her sky slope, ability, okay, I don't have to ever log into Skyslope. So thank you for that. Okay. So talk to Julius if you have a need for Andrea. She's also available for special projects only because she's working full time with me. Okay. But I wanted to give you guys access to these people. so that if you ever wanted to onboard a special system in your business, these people are here. Okay. And then we have Kyle. Where are you, Kyle?
I'm here.
Oh, oh, sorry. You can unmute, Kyle.
Hey everyone, name's Kyle. I am the jack of all trades of Kirby. So I'm working for Kirby for about 2 months now. And yeah, so whatever Kirby says, I do. Like, hey Kyle, can you do this and that? Do this and that. Like I said, hey Kirby, no problem. So I do a lot of stuff. I've been a virtual assistant for over 6 years, and all the all the words that Kirby said to do, hard to hire a VA and using AI is true. I did a lot of process in order to hire a VA. And yeah, in terms of skills, I have a lot of skills. I do lead generation, real estate admin, um, CRM specialist. I do social media marketing, content strategist, social media content creation. So most of my clients are real estate professionals or realtors and brokers or mortgage brokers. And yeah, that's all.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm kind of like anything that's kind of right now, anything that kind of like no one's accountable for, I give it all to Kyle. So thank you for that. Everything I've asked him, he says yes. Okay. He's done everything I've asked. So thank you, Kyle. And then I have is Clark available?
Yes.
Okay, Clark is my website guy. So Clark built 3 of our websites. He built our Kirby Chen and Co. website on Lofty, Clark Shin's website on Lofty, and then Nisha Pawa's website on Lofty. Is that right, Julius? 3,
Yeah,
right?
that's
Yeah. So Clark, is there anything else you do other than website design?
Yes. Hello everyone. My name is Christopher Clark Mondi. And what Kirby said is true. I specialize in web development, but I also do custom application and desktop applications and web applications programming and development. But I also specialize when it comes to design and video editing and social media management because I've been doing that since at least these 2 months already, and I've developed several websites for clients all across US and Canada.
Thank you, Clark. Clark, I'm still waiting on one thing. Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot, but Clark's working on that map for me. Remember that map? I want a map, and when people click the map, they go to the neighborhood page. Okay. Okay. Okay, Julius, who's next?
Okay, so let me share my screen. First and foremost, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Julius Hermosa. I'm the team lead and the head of recruitment at the Power of 1000 Leaders. So anything regarding recruitment, client communication, and virtual leader communication, I do all that along with Katrina, our operations specialist. And next, yes, Kirby already introduced Clark. And Clark, is it possible for you to share screen later and to showcase some of the work that you've done with some of the clients from the Power of 1000 Leaders?
Yeah,
Let's do
sure.
of this introduction. Okay. All right. Next, we have Katrina. Katrina, would you like to introduce yourself to our potential clients?
Hi, everyone. My name is Katrina. So I've been working with TPO for, I think, 5 months as an operations specialist, and I am also a transaction coordinator. And I have also worked extensively with tools like MLS, CRM systems, and documents management platform to keep transactions organized and efficient.
Thank you, Kat. And our next virtual leader is Hannah. By the way, Katrina is available for any special project because she worked with the Power of 1000 Leaders internally as an operations specialist. Hannah, can you introduce yourself, please? Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. So my name is Hannah, and I am the listing coordinator, and I am the one who managed the real estate listing process to sell homes quickly. And I am responsible for preparing listing information, procuring signatures for listing agreements, and overseeing listing on MLS, calendar management, and doing open house flyers in Canada. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Hannah. All right. To keep the ball rolling, let's have Vanessa Abigail. Vanessa, can you introduce yourself, please?
Hello, good afternoon. My name is it's mainly call me Gail. I'm actually I'm the second assistant for a realtor with I'm currently working with Kevin New Realty team. So basically more of my job is focused on the operation side of Kevin's business. So I prepare paperworks. Mostly I work with SkySlope right now. The tools that I work with is SkySlope, Google Drive. I also do email communication as well as um, contacting or doing due diligence or background checks on potential tenants for our lease listings. And aside from that, I also help the main assistant of Kevin with everything that is actually done on the back end. So we do posting with Kevin's social media platforms, as well as the other back end processing, like contacting vendors, contacting repair personnel, and things like that. And prior to being with TPO1, I was also a virtual assistant with real estate agents based in the US for 5 years. So with that, I mostly as well as a transaction coordinator, mostly on the operation side. I also do the back end processing documents and everything like that.
Thank you so much,
Okay, I
Gail.
want to stress
Yep.
something important there. If we go back to Gail, like
Mhm.
like she works for my friend Kevin Yu right now. And so if anyone hires Gail, just know that there's a privacy, there's a wall between like what Gail does here at this company and what Gail does at your company. Okay. There's no transfer of information. She'll never tell you what Kevin's doing, right? She'll never tell Kevin what you are doing. But what she get a benefit is that she has knowledge of Kevin's systems, she has knowledge of your system, and she could actually do a really good job in, designing something for you, which she has experience in another role, right? And so there's always something beneficial when they're working in more of these roles. There's more experience. Okay, so I just want to put that in there.
Yep. Up next, let's have Marian. Marian is our social media manager. Marian, you can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Margizal Afkaburl. I am a media manager for over 4 years now, and I've been working in this company for over 2 months. So pe I am experienced in helping people's brands grow online, and I specialize in creating strategies that align with business goals, crafting engaging content, and analyzing performance to improve results. So I work with platforms like Facebook, Instagram, X, LinkedIn to connect brands with their audiences. So I use tools like Canva, Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Lightroom, HotSuite, and Google Analytics to schedule content and track performance.
And to add to that, I would just like to let you all know that Marian's client is really happy with what she is currently doing. She was able to increase the engagement of the social media platforms of her client, as well as run traffic through her social media posts and content. So she's still available. Don't worry.
Nice. Thank you.
And up next, let's have Chloe. Chloe, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Chloe. I am actually one of the comeback VLs this year for Curvey. Worked closely with him before, I think over a year ago already, as a blog writer. Yeah, and we did some social media stuff and blog writing. Right now, I am still also a content writer for real estate agent in California. I do mainly operational stuff with her right now. I do work closely with the creative person that she has. Um, I think I mostly do like idea or like brainstorming. I create the ideas. I plan. I create the content calendar, which is right now this December, this month is crazy for her. I can assume that it's the same way for all of you as well. So I'm also doing some marketing stuff for her social media pages, Facebook, Instagram. We plan content like 2 months ahead. That's how detailed my my client wants to be. So that's basically what we're focusing on right now. But I also do like market research for her. We tr recently transitioned to Asana, which is an experience that I've had before. So um yeah, I think mm, I'm a bit both operational and creative, but right now I'm more comfortable as an operational person. So
So Chloe has, if you go to my website, she wrote all the blogs on my website, okay, and all the community pages. Okay, so if you need someone to write something that's not AI, and I think this is the where people have been switching, is doing all the writing with AI, and it went there too fast. So Google is like dinging you if you have AI content. And then also people are not receptive. They always make fun of real estate agents that have flabbergasted chandeliers, those big words, fancy words. So, so thank you, Chloe, for writing real world content. Okay.
yeah.
All right, so up next we have Joy. Unfortunately, she was not able to join. But Joy is a real estate transaction coordinator. She is knowledgeable with a lot of CRM like Asana, Podio Follow-Up Boss, and she worked as a real estate transaction coordinator for a long 5 years with her client located in Virginia, USA. So she's been very organized, like processing different transactions.
Great.
And up next, let's have Janice Reyes. Janice, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Actually, I don't have yet client with 1,000 top employees, but I'm still waiting for the result that I had the interview last Tuesday. But I am proficient in CRM, Asana, SkySlope, DocuSign, KB Core, HubSpot, Zendesk, and Zoom. I started my VA career last 2018. I transitioned from a call center agent to virtual assistant last 2018. Then I am enjoying my stint as a virtual assistant and crossing fingers to get client with 1,000 top employees. Thank you.
Thank you, Janice.
And to add to that, just like Janice, we have a lot of virtual leaders in the roster that is waiting for the client. And I mean, not most, but all of them are great virtual leaders. So if you are interested, just give me a message or ping me, and then we'll start the process. And then up next, let's have Marvin. Marvin, can you please introduce yourself? Thank you.
Yes, hello everyone. So I'm Marvin, and I've been a transaction coordinator, or I have an experience as a transaction coordinator for half a year now. Same as Janice, I don't have a client yet, because but I just had my interview like 2 hours ago, so I'm waiting for the result of that. So yeah, what I love about being a VA is the ability to work at my own pace, and then support the clients with their processes. And from my experience, I have experience using SkySlope, DigiSign, Follow-Up Boss, and ZipForm, to name a few. And then I also have some knowledge of Brevity, which is like the SkySlope equivalent for real brokerage. And I'm excited to bring my skills and knowledge to support your real estate needs. Yeah,
Thank you very much, Marvin. And I believe that you'll have your client starting next week.
That's good to hear.
Sorry, I pronounced your name wrong. I thought it was Marvin. It's Marvin. Okay.
Marvin, yeah. Okay, so the next virtual leaders that I'll be presenting are those virtual leaders that was not able to attend this talk. And yeah, I would just like to show each and every one of you that we have a lot of virtual leaders. We have social media managers, just like Julius. He's great when it comes to doing different contents for your social media platforms. And then we have Rosette. She's also a social media manager. By the way, before we endorse social media managers and content creators, we ask for their portfolio. I check each of those portfolio and make sure that all of the materials that they presented are up to the standard of the US and Canadian clients. And another person, we have Anthony. He's a data analyst. So he's an expert when it comes to data entry, lead generation, as well as QuickBooks and bookkeeping. So he's really good on those things. And of course, we have Kenneth. He's a lead generation specialist, and Kuther. Kuther is actually a general executive assistant. She can do admin support like calendar management, email management, anything that you would like to ask Kuther to do. She's okay with it.
I like Kutha. She's like Madonna. She only has her first. Oh, this guy too. No last names. I love it.
Yeah.
Go. Keep going.
Kuther is she's pretty. And then we have Govain. He's also a social media manager. I've seen his work and it was impressive. And then lastly, Kyle, which was presented to all of you earlier by Kirby.
Yeah.
Actually, Kyle started to apply as a virtual leader for us to endorse to a client, but Kirby saw the potential that Kyle has, and Kirby right away, hired him. But he's still available for special projects.
Okay. Is that everyone? I have one last person. Maybe done.
Well, that's all, but that's just a few of those virtual leaders that we have in the roster. And we have a lot more to match to your needs. So just let us know.
Okay. Thank you, Julius. I think that's more than enough right now for anyone to interview, right? A lot of different personalities. So I do have one last one I'm going to pull up here. Dane, are you available right now? She's my co-host here.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, there she is. So this is Dane, everyone. So if you haven't seen her before, she's like always the co-host in all my shows, right? So she does all the funnels for whatever I do. So she designs all the funnels. She designs all my Go High Level. So my email campaigns, my landing pages, my CRM. And so what else, Dane, do you do? All my graphic design.
Well, yeah, to summarize, social media, email, landing pages, and everything that's yeah, logos, especially graphic designs, all of Kirby's graphics for his events. So yeah, everything back end. As Kirby said before, he doesn't touch the CRM anymore because all of those emails are being done by me.
MailChimp too, right? You do the MailChimp too, right? So if you guys have seen my newsletters, my real estate newsletters, Dane does all that and sends it out. Okay. So this is the cool thing. I want to introduce, like, you guys are wondering why am I introducing my team that I have and also the Power 1000 leaders, is because you guys get an opportunity, right? You guys get an opportunity to hire the Power 1000 leaders, virtual leaders, and then you can also hire the virtual leaders that I have hired from them, that they could train your virtual leaders. So if you say something like, "Hey, I want the same kind of campaigns that Kirby's using, right, or same newsletter," then you can be like, "Okay, maybe I hire Janice, and then we could bring Dane in for a little bit to train them, right? Or maybe we need something more high level, like if you're using Go High Level and you need something a project done. Dane is also available for projects that go through Julius, and let him know what you need, and he'll introduce you to the great people that we have. Okay, so the people in the Power 1000 leaders and the virtual leaders that I'm using. I'm also a client, and I'm open for my virtual leaders to share my systems with you. Okay, so I think that's something that I talked to some of you guys about. I think George, I talked to you about that, right? That I'm open to sharing my systems with you. Okay. All right. Dane, is there anything I missed with you? Anything you want to add?
No, that's it.
Okay, give me a high five. Oh, you're this side. Give me a high five. Right here, side of the screen. You're beside me. No? High five. Okay. Any questions from our participants here? Darren and Peter, anybody here? Any questions about what kind of virtual assistant you guys want to hire?
I'm basically ready. Like I don't know what else to say other than like reach out to me after this, and then let's just move forward with it.
Okay, so can Julius meet you after this?
Yes.
Okay. Julius, are you connected with Peter already or not yet?
Not yet. Please connect me with him so that we can do the Discord call right away.
Put your link in the chat then, Julius.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so Peter, Julius gonna put his link. You can contact him immediately. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Peter. Okay. How about anyone else? Andrea, Linda, Darren, Paul, Amar, Darren. How about you guys? Any questions for us? Even Peter, do you have any questions? Oh, Darren's all good. Okay. Oh, Andrea already hired 3 people and they're amazing. So thank you for that. Julius is pretty cool too. Thank you.
I'm driving Kirby, but
Oh,
yeah, put me in contact with Julius.
okay.
It's Linda.
I'll give Julius your phone number. Okay.
Okay, great. Thanks.
He'll call you. Okay. Okay, Daphne, we are finished our class. I know you just came into our class, so we're finishing up now. But we will send you the recording. So Dane, make sure Daphne gets the recording, and then also I'm gonna give you the Discord link. So Dane, put the Discord link in the chat so Daphne can join our Discord and get the recording. Okay, this has been a good session. Like today was a little different. You guys got to meet all our virtual leaders. And then you can see what's possible, right? You can actually run your whole business with these guys. And all you guys have to do is meet your clients for listing presentations, do the appointment, and negotiate offers. Even the offers, I don't even touch anymore. I just say, oversee it. I say, hey, sign it back at this price. Okay. And then strike out the status certificate, strike out the financing condition, and then send it back. I always oversee everything though, okay? It's not like I tell my virtual leader to send it back and it goes. I oversee everything though. I just don't do it. I don't drag signatures anymore. Who's still dragging signatures, right? I don't do that anymore. But I oversee it and make sure it's correct, and then off it goes to the client. Okay? All right. Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate you being on this training with me, and then looking at the possibility of hiring a virtual leader. Your participation means a lot to me. I run this as a social enterprise. So always, I don't take a penny from this company. I work as a volunteer here, and I'm so dedicated to these talented people. And so that one day when I go to the Philippines, they'll maybe treat me to dinner, maybe. Okay, and I'll bring some pasalubong. Okay. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Paalam. Salamat.
Thank you, Kirby. Bye.
Bye.